Greetings YouTube and welcome to another bargain video. I know it's been a while, but we are in the plague times. Haven't been doing much bargain hunting, but I have stumbled on a few things here and there, so I thought I would share them. These are things I've collected over however long it's been since I posted the last one of these, and it's been a while. So we have the original Kick-Ass comic, which I never read. We have the Haunted Tea Cozy by Edward Gorey for my wife, because she's an Edward Gorey fan. She has been one for the entire time I've known her, and we own, I think, almost every one of his books. We didn't have this one, and she was quite happy when we found it. The Soul of the Octopus, a surprising exploration into the wonder of consciousness. I'll probably be reading that one next. The Vampire Effect, which has got like a guest appearance by Jackie Chan in it, which I don't expect to be much. But, you know, it's a martial art film about vampires. And was apparently at one time owned by the Pleasant View Center. I have no idea what the Pleasant View Center is, but there were a number of these when I saw it. We have Critters Attack, which I paid a whopping $3 for. And I have seen the first two Critters movies, Critters and Critters 2. I have not seen 3 or 4. And I found this. I'd seen it at Walmart for $5, and I'm like, I don't think it's worth $5. And I stumbled upon a brand new copy that had never been opened for $3, and I'm like, okay, I'll pick that up. It's a DVD Blu-ray combo. And I saw a 1-star review for this on IMDb, and it's not a 1-star movie. I give it 4.5 stars, maybe. It wasn't bad. It was entertaining. And it was the acting wasn't as bad as the reviewer who gave 1 star said it was. I don't think it's a bad film. If you're a fan of the franchise, you're going to want to see it. Now part of me wants to, like, do I want to collect all the others, particularly if they have commentary tracks? I know I had the first one with a commentary track. I got to find out if there's others with like 2 and 3. That would be 2, 3, and 4. That would be nice to find, because I know 3 had Leonardo DiCaprio's first on-screen role. So there you go. Rio Bravo on Blu-ray, because it's one of my favorite westerns. The List of Adrian Messenger, starring George C. Scott. Never seen it, but you know George C. Scott's a good actor, so I'll give that a view. Some Red Dwarf, because why not Red Dwarf? The Body Works, which is about plasticizing human and animals' corpses. That should be entertaining. Hardcore Henry, which I've seen on DVD, and this is the Blu-ray, and it's got a commentary track, and I'm looking forward to that. It's really cool in the sense that it is a completely first-person film. You are looking through the eyes of Hardcore Henry through the entire film, and he does not speak. So you are only listening to the dialogue of other people reacting to Hardcore Henry and trying to communicate with him, and he cannot speak. And it makes sense in the context of the film. And this is the only way we should have ever done the whole Arnold Schwarzenegger, is it a dream, is it not a dream vibe, you know what I mean, with the computer simulation, because this is the only way you can actually tell if you are or not in a computer simulation, seeing through the eyes of the main character. And then we have the original animated Beauty and the Beast from Disney. We have some paracord. I picked up this entire roll. I've used like 12 feet of this. I had to make some very fast laces one night on my way to work, and my laces broke, so I had to make laces, and this was the closest roll of paracord in my to me. So my black boots now have orange laces, but it works quite well. I don't mind the vibe, and paracord makes awesome laces. But I picked this entire roll up, or what's left of this roll, because it was a partial roll. It was, like I said, it's 12 feet less than it is now, for like $18. I guess Home Depot's not carrying it in rolls anymore, which is fine by me. So I bought up a black one they had, and I bought up this one as well. We have some hinges. I actually don't know how many hinges are in here. I'm going to use these both for construction and for weapons build. I've made one club with 4 hinges. I'd like to make a smaller, lighter version with 2, because I think that would be kind of cool. Then we have a whole bunch of magnets. I mean, there's a bunch of magnets in here. I got these at a yard sale for $1. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with this many magnets, other than, play with them. But for $1, I figure I can find something to do with this many magnets. I remember I was buying a DVD one day at a thrift shop years ago, and I had purchased some kind of a magnet or other. It was like a magnet hook or something, and I had them sitting like this on the object, and the guy was like, "Be careful, you will erase the disc." I'm like, "Really? All right, whatever you say, dude." Yeah, he don't think he quite understands how laser discs work. All right, then we have some Sandpaper Plus, great for hand plus power sanding. And I picked this up at Walmart. They had it on sale. The Project Pack. You get 80, 120, 180, and 220 sheets. I think I paid $4 for that. 9 by 10, 11, and they are 10 sheets. So 10 sheets for $4, that's not a bad price. I picked up this really large roll of electrician's tape, and I actually have a use for this at work. I have to take off that first layer, which is kind of crappy shape, but after that I can get to it. I picked up some flap wheel from, who's this one by? Master Mechanic. And y'all, I can always use flap wheels. And this is a grinding wheel, like a metal grinding wheel, 1/4 inch thick. And this is from Hughes. I've never tried a Hughes, so that's why I picked that up. I paid $2 a pop for those, and these are usually worth considerably more than $2 a pop. So I'm like, okay, for $2, $4, I'll pick those up. I'm always looking for flap wheels. I go through those pretty fast. All right, we have one more section today. Like I said, it's not a huge bargain video, just because I haven't really been doing bargain hunting. We have a broken pry bar, which I paid next to nothing for, and that'll make its way into some kind of weapons build. A nice little flat file with an integral handle. A 12-inch drill bit extension, which is always handy if you have to reach some spot far away. These are 2 magnetic kitchen strips. So I'm going to bring those down to my shop and mount them on one of my studs on the walls, so I can hold up tools and things. I find them very handy for mounting stuff, so that I can easily access them while I'm at my drill press and things like that. This thing, and I actually don't know what this thing is. It's brass, but that's all I know, and that's it. So maybe I'll find a use for this thing. Maybe it'll inspire a build. We have 2 packs of arrow points, which I picked up at Walmart. These are bullet points, and I picked them up because I saw recently that my friend Mike used them, weapon collector. He used them to be impact points on a pair of cestus. And I'm like, I never thought of that. That's annoying. I should have thought of that. So I'm going to pick these up. Maybe they'll work their way into a build. We have this, which is Everhard, which is it's not a putty knife so much because it's beveled on both sides. And I'm not really sure what it's supposed to be, but it was kind of an interesting shape. So maybe I'll find a use for that in my shop. You know what I mean? We have a set of headphones. Here we go. Tune 205s. They were on sale, I guess, from JBL. I guess they're no longer going to be sold at Staples. I was in there getting my COVID-19 vaccine card laminated. I give them a try, see if they sound better or worse than the ones I have right now, and it's never a bad thing to have a pair of backup headphones. We have some stick-on letters that I picked up at Walmart for $2.44. There was a second pack of these, but somebody stole half of them. Because there was 2 sizes in the package, they opened it up and they stole one of them. Which is annoying, because I would have quite gladly picked up both of them, but they had stolen them. Then we have a pair of Crescent channel locks. And these are in like new condition, literally like new condition. Picked them up at a yard sale for $5. I'm like, all right, I'll pick these up for $5. You're going to go into my shop. I've never had a pair of Crescent channel locks before. I've owned channel locks, and I've owned, no-name channel locks. But I've never owned a pair of Crescent channel locks. And these have a angular jaw profile for gripping both round and hexagon-shaped things. So I'm going to give that a shot. Because there are times when I I use channel lock sometimes to loosen up the broaching bits from the shaft they're on, because when you're using a broaching bit, you are tightening it onto the shaft it belongs to, and getting the shaft and the broaching bit separated is sometimes a bit of a chore, and this should be able to grab that shaft much more securely than otherwise. Now this one, I don't know if I can do this with my left thumb. At the moment my left thumb is on the injured player list, but I'm going to give it a shot. This is an emergency signal light, so now we're going to see if I can get this on with my left thumb. There we go. It's always weird when I do this on camera because there's a delay between what I can see with my eyes on the flash and what I can see on the camera. It's a little weird. And then, there we go, off. Okay, now, the reason I picked this up, besides they're just cool, this has a magnet. And it's going to go in my car, because that means you can go and hook it onto your vehicle if you need your vehicle to be seen at night. Say you have a flat tire or something. This can be seen for miles. So that's very cool. Now, it's kind of funny thing is I picked this up a while back from Goodwill, and they asked $1 for it. And it had a battery in it, but it didn't work. So I'm assuming they were like, oh, we don't know if this works or not, so we're just going to put it on the shelf for $1. The person that sold it, well, the person that donated it, had reversed the battery, which is what I'm going to do as soon as this video is over. That way the battery would not corrode and give you problems with the device. So all I did was, in the store, opened it up, looked at it, reversed it, clicked it on, hey, this works, and bought it for $1. So, yeah, they didn't check that. I did. I got this thing for $1. And these things are like 35 to 40 bucks if you want to buy one. They're not cheap. So that's going to go in my car so that I can have an emergency light that, again, you'll be able to see for miles. Alrighty, so thank you for being here for this bargain video. There was a couple of things that didn't make it into this, like there's a bat and a tool handle I picked up, but they're just supplies for building weapons stuff. In fact, I think I've already used one of the bat for a build. And there's some fasteners I picked up that were real cheap, and those also made it into the latest build with the bat. And that will be eventually shown on my channel. You'll see it someday. It's called the Studded Club. But those weren't all that interesting. They were just fasteners and a bat, you know. And I picked up a tool handle, which was a cut down plastic axe or pick handle. I couldn't tell which. I'm going to turn that into something. I've never used a plastic tool handle for a build, and it's nice bright yellow, so I thought that might be interesting. Alrighty, so thank you for being here. I hope that you will be here for the next one. And now that I have a COVID-19 vaccine, and I can start returning to thrift shops and antique shops and estate sales again, I'm very much going to be enjoying that. And there will hopefully be more bargain videos in the future. Thanks for stopping by!